Welcome to latest News Blaster, where emotions, heartbreak, and truth collide. The country music world has been shaken to its core as Blake Shelton has officially confirmed what fans have feared for months. His marriage with Gwen Stefani is over. The power couple that once defined love, loyalty, and unexpected connection in the celebrity world has now reached a heartbreaking end. In a statement that has left millions speechless, Blake Shelton admitted that the love story, which began under bright studio lights and red chairs, has dimmed into silence. "Sometimes love changes," he said quietly during a backstage interview after his private appearance in Nashville. "We've tried, but some things can't be fixed anymore." Those words cut deep, not only for Gwen Stefani's fans, but for everyone who once believed in the magic of their unlikely romance. According to sources close to the couple, the tension between Blake and Gwen had been growing quietly for months. They tried to hide it behind smiles, duets, and joint red carpet appearances, but behind the scenes, arguments were becoming routine. They were trying to keep it together for the fans, one insider revealed, but they couldn't pretend anymore. Their love story began on The Voice, where two hearts from completely different worlds collided. Gwen, the pop queen of California, and Blake, the down-to-earth cowboy from Oklahoma. Their chemistry was undeniable, their connection electric, and fans fell in love with the story of how heartbreak brought them together. Gwen had been healing from her divorce with Gavin Rossdale, and Blake was still mending his heart after his split from Miranda Lambert. Together, they found comfort in each other's pain, and for years, they seemed inseparable. But now it's different. Sources say their marriage started crumbling under the pressure of fame, distance, and creative differences. Gwen wanted to return to pop, while Blake was focused on country roots and his ranch life. The two began drifting apart emotionally, even while living under the same roof. They still cared about each other, said another insider, but it wasn't love the same way it used to be. For Gwen, the realization came slowly. She started feeling alone even when Blake was right beside her. She would talk about how he wasn't present anymore, the source added. He'd be lost in his own world, and she didn't know how to reach him. The official confirmation came through a quiet press statement, not a flashy social media post. Blake Shelton's representative released a short but emotional message. After years of love and shared memories, Blake and Gwen have decided to part ways amicably. They ask for privacy during this difficult time, but nothing about this split feels simple. Insiders claim that Gwen Stefani was caught completely off guard by the timing. Though they'd been discussing separation, she never thought Blake would make it official so soon. "It broke her," a close friend said. "She wanted to fix things. She still had hope." The internet exploded the moment the news broke. Fans rushed to social media, posting crying emojis, old performance clips, and messages of heartbreak. One fan wrote, "If Blake and Gwen can't make it, who can?" Others accused Hollywood of destroying yet another genuine love story. Hashtags like #PrayForBlake and Gwen and #LoveIsOver began trending within hours. For years, they symbolized a perfect rebound love story, two broken souls who found light in each other. But as it turns out, even the brightest stars can burn out. Reports also suggest that their busy schedules played a major role in the separation. Gwen has been deeply involved in her Las Vegas residency, fashion ventures, and her kids' lives, while Blake has been focusing on his Oklahoma ranch and his music career. They were living two completely different lives. One Nashville insider shared, "They loved each other, but they weren't moving in the same direction anymore." Friends close to Blake revealed that he has been struggling emotionally for months. "He still loves her," a source insisted. "You can see it in his eyes when her name comes up. But sometimes love isn't enough." Meanwhile, Gwen Stefani is reportedly devastated. She's been leaning on her family, especially her children, for emotional support. "She's heartbroken but trying to stay strong," said another insider. "Gwen is the kind of woman who gives her all in love. When it ends, it hits her harder than anyone can imagine." Those who saw her recently described her as quiet, reflective, and visibly shaken. She's taking time away from the spotlight to heal, something fans have noticed in her sudden silence on Instagram. The most heartbreaking part of this story is that just last year, they were still talking about expanding their family. In interviews, they called each other soulmates. Blake even told one talk show host, "I don't see my life without Gwen." That makes the news even more painful. It's not just a breakup, it's the collapse of a dream millions admired. Industry experts say this will go down as one of the most shocking celebrity divorces of the decade. Blake and Gwen were more than just a couple. They were a brand, a love story built on vulnerability and hope. They made fans believe that true love could exist even after heartbreak. Now, with that image shattered, many are wondering what really happened behind closed doors. Some sources claim that communication simply faded. They stopped talking like they used to, one insider said. Blake became more private, and Gwen felt left out. They both changed, and neither knew how to reconnect. Rumors are swirling that therapy sessions were tried but failed. Blake reportedly felt that the sessions turned into blame games, while Gwen believed he wasn't trying hard enough. Yet, despite all the chaos, people close to them insist there's no bad blood. They're not angry, one friend revealed. They're just sad. Sometimes love runs its course, and that's what happened here. Still, fans can't stop speculating. Was there a third person? Was fame too heavy a burden? For now, no infidelity has been reported, just heartbreak and exhaustion. Both sides are maintaining silence beyond their official statements, but their silence says everything. As Blake retreats to his Oklahoma ranch, sources say he's been spending quiet evenings by the lake, writing music again. He's channeling his emotions into songs, said a Nashville insider. Music has always been his therapy. Meanwhile, Gwen is focusing on her children and her faith, finding comfort in the simple moments of family life. This separation marks the end of one of Hollywood's most beloved love stories. From red carpet smiles to tearful farewells, they've lived their romance under the brightest lights, and now they're parting under the shadow of heartbreak. For fans, it's hard to accept that the couple who once sang love songs together are now singing separate tunes. And yet, even in this sadness, there's a strange kind of beauty. Both Blake and Gwen have faced heartbreak before, and each time they've emerged stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. Maybe this ending isn't about failure. Maybe it's about growth. As Hollywood Latest Reports closes this emotional chapter, one thing is clear. The world will always remember Blake and Gwen not just for their breakup, but for the love that once made millions believe in second chances. As the dust settles over this emotional revelation, those close to both Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani continue to paint a picture of two people quietly trying to heal while the world watches every move. In Nashville, people have already started to whisper that Blake might pour his pain into his next album. Insiders claim he's been writing songs late into the night, lyrics filled with regret, love lost, and the haunting echoes of what used to be. He has reportedly told friends that music is the only place where he feels safe to express what words can't. One close friend said, "Blake doesn't talk much about it, but when you hear what he's writing, you'll understand how deep this breakup hit him." It's a reminder that even behind the smiles and stardom, artists feel every heartbreak as deeply as anyone else. For Gwen, this chapter of her life feels like déjà vu. Those who know her from her early career remember how she poured her emotions into songs like Cool and Don't Speak. History might be repeating itself, but in a much heavier way. This time, it's not just a relationship, it's a marriage, a family, and years of dreams intertwined. She gave him everything, a longtime friend of Gwen revealed, her trust, her time, her faith, and now she's trying to make peace with the loss of it all. Gwen has reportedly taken a step back from public appearances. Her team has postponed a few upcoming commitments, saying she needs personal time to regroup and focus on her children. The industry is reacting with compassion, but also with curiosity. Hollywood's entertainment insiders have started revisiting interviews from the past, analyzing moments where cracks might have started to show. One notable clip resurfaced from a talk show last year where Gwen laughed nervously when asked about balancing love and career. "It's not easy," she said, her eyes glancing down before adding, "But love makes it worth it." Now, fans look back at that moment and realize that maybe it wasn't as effortless as it seemed. Blake, on the other hand, had appeared unusually distant during his last few public appearances. People noticed the absence of Gwen at his recent shows, something that didn't go unnoticed by fans who always associated them as a team. There's also been speculation about how this split might affect their professional collaborations. The couple's joint image was a massive success for both their brands. Concerts, endorsements, and TV appearances often revolved around their chemistry. Marketing experts are calling it one of the most valuable celebrity partnerships in recent memory, not just romantically but financially. Now, with the separation confirmed, everything changes. Future projects that were in the works, including a rumored music collaboration, have reportedly been shelved indefinitely. A representative from Blake's label commented that plans are being reevaluated, while Gwen's side has chosen to remain silent. But beyond the business side, fans are asking the deeper question: how do two people who once called each other soulmates reach such a breaking point? Relationship counselors and public figures are weighing in, offering their own interpretations. Some say fame and constant public pressure can wear down even the strongest bonds. Others point out the fundamental differences in their lifestyles. Blake's quiet ranch life versus Gwen's Hollywood glam. They were two different worlds trying to merge, one psychologist noted. In the beginning, that contrast feels exciting, but over time, it can become exhausting. Those differences, which once made them intriguing, might have slowly built invisible walls between them. Still, hope lingers among fans who believe this might not be the end forever. Hollywood has seen miracles before, couples who separate, only to find their way back after time and healing. When asked if reconciliation could ever happen, one of Blake's close friends replied carefully, "Never say never. They still care for each other deeply, but right now they need distance to breathe." Gwen's side expressed a similar sentiment, suggesting that while she is heartbroken, she's not bitter. Gwen believes love never truly disappears, her friend shared. She still wishes Blake the best. That's who she is. She loves deeply, and even in pain, she's gracious. In Oklahoma, Blake's hometown community has rallied around him with quiet support. Locals who have seen him over the past few weeks describe a man who is polite, but clearly weighed down. One resident said, "He still smiles when people greet him, but you can see in his eyes that he's somewhere else." On the other hand, Gwen's inner circle has been keeping her close. Her family in California has been spending more time with her, especially her sons, who are helping her stay grounded. Her friends describe her as reflective and spiritual, spending more time praying and journaling than ever before. As news outlets continue to chase every detail, one thing remains consistent. Neither Blake nor Gwen has resorted to public drama or accusations. Unlike many celebrity breakups that turn into messy spectacles, this one has been marked by respect and silence. "They're handling it like adults," a media insider said. "There's no blame game, no anger, just sadness." That maturity has only deepened public sympathy, with fans urging media platforms to give them space. Meanwhile, social media remains flooded with old clips of their performances together. Videos of them singing "Nobody But You" and "Happy Anywhere" have gone viral again, with fans leaving emotional comments underneath. "They looked so in love," one fan wrote. "It's hard to believe it's really over." Others are using their story as a reflection on how fragile love can be, even when it seems perfect from the outside. There's also growing curiosity about how each will express this heartbreak artistically. Gwen has always turned pain into poetry, while Blake transforms it into melody. Some insiders hint that Blake's upcoming songs may carry hidden messages about their split, metaphors, lines about love that slipped away, or memories of laughter fading into silence. Gwen, on the other hand, may take a softer route, focusing on self-healing and empowerment in her future work. "They'll both turn this pain into art," one producer said. "It's how they survive." Industry observers say the next few months will define how both stars rebuild their lives. There are already rumors that Gwen might take a break from the spotlight, while Blake is expected to focus on his ranch and reconnect with nature. They may be apart now, but their story has left an unforgettable mark on fans who watched them fall in love, laugh, and now walk separate paths. Perhaps that's what makes this breakup so deeply felt, because it wasn't built on scandal or betrayal, but on the quiet